In the news this week, better or worse, is immigration making Australia's economy more desirable?
Plus, watching every move, body cameras to be rolled out by WA Police early next year.
The Prime Minister's address at the annual State Liberal Conference.
And fears for jobs as community newspaper closed down 5 of its newspapers.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Leung and Danielle Staniskov.
Good evening. Experts are claiming Australia's economy has been boosted by immigration after the country's population reached 25 million people. Although migrants have made the nation younger, smarter and richer, there are scepticism about how it will affect the future of local Australians. Nelson Liu reports.
25 million strong, and it's doing the nation good.
The Australian population is growing faster than people have been anticipating.
The country's residents reached the population milestone on Tuesday, with immigration accounting for 62% of inhabitants. Experts have called immigration a boon to the nation, Reserve Bank Governor Philip Lowe saying it's made Australia younger while boosting the economy.
It is not, because of declining fertility, we are looking to bring in younger immigrants in order to, create a workforce that can sustain us.
While Dr Lowe believes the population growth has been good for Australia, former Prime Minister Tony Abbott claims housing and infrastructure just can't keep up. His beliefs support experts who say it puts a strain on resources to support it.
If we're going to adequately service a growing population, it does place pressure on governments to provide infrastructure.
However, state leaders claim the benefits of migration outweigh the negatives.
It has been a big contributor to us being a very engaged and exciting place with the region around us.
Nelson Liu, WAMN News.
WA Police will soon be equipped with body cameras after Police Commissioner Chris Dawson announced the rollout will commence in early 2019. Criminal lawyers hope that it will increase police accountability. Taylor Hanna has the details.
WA is one of the last states to implement body camera technology for police officers, but the changes under Police Commissioner Chris Dawson's watchful eye will call for more police accountability.
Body-worn video on police has found globally to be a very effective way of actually capturing evidence and keeping all parties to account.
Lawyer John Hammond said the cameras are a great facility for recounting specific incident details and can provide essential evidence in court proceedings.
Because everyone will soon get to know whatever you're doing is going to be recorded and there's no way of rebutting or contradicting what's on the record.
However, Mr Hammond believes the downside will be potentially exposing informants when making reports.
That they'll be worried about whether they are being recorded or not. They'll never be certain. So a lot of tip-offs to the police might actually decrease. I see that as the downside of body cameras.
Body cameras will be rolled out across Metro and regional WA, with over 3,500 officers being equipped from early 2019. Taylor Hanna, WAMN News.
Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has made an address to Liberal Party supporters in Western Australia during his visit to Perth. In his speech, Mr Turnbull addressed a number of issues, including the creation of jobs, GST and income tax reforms. He also criticised Labor leader Bill Shorten, saying Mr Shorten will raise more taxes if he's elected.
Now, we cannot afford to send Australia backwards with Labor, back to Labor's reckless spending, back to their anti-business and job-destroying policies, back to Labor's higher and higher taxes that will strangle our economy right at the very time we're seeing stronger economic growth.
Perth is in shock this week with the community newspaper group announced it's shutting 5 of its newspapers. The union fears that it will mean fewer opportunities for journalism graduates. Anton Lamakia has more.
5 local newspapers are set to close their doors after the community newspaper group announced the Midland Kalamunda report. Comment News, Hills Avon Valley Gazette and The Advocate in the Perth Hills will send out their final deliveries in the first week of September the 3rd. Media Entertainment and Arts Alliance WA Regional Director Tiffany Venning said it was a loss in terms of opportunities for graduate journalists.
It's already tough enough out there at the moment trying to find secure ongoing employment. This further heightens that.
She fears the closure would put further pressure on WA's media market. Anton Lamakia, WAMN News.
Public sector employees are said to have better job security, with contract staff eligible for permanent employment. Up to 13,000 casual and fixed-term employees will have their contracts reviewed this year if they have worked more than 2 years in their position and offer permanency if they qualify. The changes will give employees more future certainty and a more stable, efficient public sector.
What we're going to do is make sure our public sector workers have that security of employment. We employ people for whom there is funding ongoing to fund their position, and we ensure that we have more of those skills and more of that certainty inside the public sector.
US President Donald Trump's in-laws have become American citizens after taking the oath this week. It's reported that First Lady Melania Trump's parents were over 70 years old, with both have spent their time in the United States more than a year. It's yet to know the amount of time it took for both parents to complete citizenship approvals. Russia has warned the US regarding the latest economic sanctions, vowing to retaliate against the measure. According to the State Department, the action was a response to the alleged use of nerve agent to assassinate former spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia. Meanwhile, Russia's finance minister has assured the public the government has the ability to ensure financial stability.
And finally this week, community radio station RTR-FM yearly fundraiser Radiothon is on, bringing in an integral 1/3 of the revenue the station needs to run on. Rihanna Todd Hunter, Development Manager, thinks it's pretty special that so much of the funding comes from the community, members and listeners. She says support has been growing.
We'd really love everyone to support RTR-FM during Radiothon so we can continue to create diverse, interesting programming, play amazing music and provide a home for our volunteers to learn and to grow.
And that's our weekly news and current affairs. For all the latest happenings, you can visit our website and Facebook page.
Until next Sunday after 8, thanks for your company. Good evening.
Good night.